It stalls until someone has to make a move somewhere. And governments answer that by pointing at paperwork and the licenses and the approvals, the forms they sign. None of that loads a single container. The question isn't whether the shipment is authorised, the question is whether dock workers are willing to load weapons for a war they oppose. And if the answer is no, the forms do jack. And what makes this particularly awkward is that the unions involved are not fringe actors. Union Syndical de Base is a recognised union with an established presence. The Greek dockworkers at Piraeus are not a handful of activists. LAB in the Basque Country is a major trade union. Limanis in Turkey has got a long history of industrial action. They are prepared. They know how to fight these things. These are organisations that know how to sustain pressure over time, not just generate a headline, though there have been scant numbers of them. There's also an international dimension here that states would rather downplay too. The endorsement from the World Federation of Trade Unions signals that this form of action is being treated as legitimate within organised labour's own structures. That makes it easier to replicate and harder to isolate. Attempts to dismiss this as anti-Israel sentiment miss the structural point too, because they might immediately target the arms shipments linked to Israel, but the mechanism being exercised is a lot broader than that. Dock workers are asserting a right to refuse participation in war logistics. Israel is where that refusal is now being applied because Gaza has made the stakes impossible to ignore, but the underlying claim is about labour's role in war economies more generally. And there's a tendency to talk about sanctions and boycotts and diplomatic pressure as if they're the only meaningful forms of constraint available.